Hey guys, what's up? PipSnipers here, back for another update. Let's take a look at Bitcoin today. And what we see is we have run into some resistance here at the 70.2% fib. When we take a fib from the January high down to the low on April 7th, we do see we perfectly topped or formed a local top off the 70.2% fib there. Taking a look here at the 4-hour time frame, we do see a little bit of an ending diagonal right over here, right? The price is starting to channel upwards, and then you can see that we perfectly hit this 70.2% fib right here, and then on the daily time frame, we have a topping tail. Okay, so if we look at the close on, this was May 2nd. So if we look at that close, you see how there's a bearish shooting star right over here. And then the next day we have a bearish engulfing, or we break down, close below the low of the previous day. And then today we're seeing a little bit of continuation here. So there is a possibility that Bitcoin does see a little bit of a retrace before continuing onwards with its trend to the upside. Now, what we can do to find the retracements is just take a fib from this low here on April 9th up to the high. And we can take a look at all of the retracements together. Okay, these are all of your retracements. So there is a possibility that BTC comes down to around 92,588 to 89,159 just for a little bit of an ABC correction before we continue on with the trend upwards. So this would, if we see a break below, let me see here, if we see a break below 93,400, then it's very likely we're going to come down to retap this 200-day moving average, fill in this daily inefficiency right over here, and then continue on up from there, right? You may even come down lower towards this daily inefficiency sitting at around the 50% fib at around 86,388. Okay, so Bitcoin overall, it does look good considering we are still trending up on the 2-week time frame. We can see here that on the 2-week we are still above our momentum indicator. Well, let's take a look here. Okay, so as you guys can see, we were actually grinding up off of the momentum indicator right here. You see we had no 2-week closure below it, and we were grinding up off of it. So this was your long-legged doji, then you had a bullish engulfing. Now we're printing a doji for this week. Let me see here. Yeah, so this week, which closes in about 12 hours and 12 minutes, we're printing a doji here. So let's see, will we get above 97,431, which is the 70.2% fib right over here, and then head towards the 786 and the 886, which is at 100 to 104,000, or will we break down for a little bit of a retrace before we continue on with the trend? Okay, now don't forget, there is a possibility that we come down to tag the 200-day moving average like I was showing you guys right here. And we also, as the price is channeling upwards, we also see a little bit of bearish divergence on the 4-hour, right? So this is the 4-hour RSI. And you see, even though we're making higher highs here, we have a equal high, or sorry, let's go on the 4-hour here. Okay, so we have a lower high on the RSI, even though we have higher highs on the price. And then on the daily time frame, we do see that the MACD is attempting to turn downwards, and the histogram is turning down back towards the 0 line. You can see the histogram is turning back towards the 0 line, and on the daily time frame, we're about to cross downwards. So let's just see how the weekly close plays out. But if we do come down, it would likely just mean that we come to backtest the 200-day moving average right over here at around the 38.2% fib at 89,159 before we continue on forward towards the higher retracements. And this over here would be your structural support right over here. Okay, this is your structural support. So if we come down to tap into that region, don't be surprised. And in order to invalidate more downside, we would want to see a move back above 97,431. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. If you want access to over 350 assets with the opportunity to connect with me one-on-one, then click the link in the description below to join the Discord. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.